SEO. What does it even mean to your website? Well, it means that you have a website that is Google search friendly. We call it search engine optimization, or SEO for short. And when you understand SEO, you can use these different tactics in your SEO strategy to increase your visibility in search results. But wait, let's step back and try to understand what search engine optimization is and how we can make an impact as beginners. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified each time I post a new video about getting more leads to your website using organic SEO. So what can we control in the very beginning of SEO and your website? I'm going to show you. Let's take a look. The use of keywords and key phrases on your website to explain the purpose of your website. So when a user types a phrase into a search engine like Google, the search engine combs through all the sites that contain that phrase. Now, as a side note, Google handles 3.8 million searches across the globe every minute. That comes out to 228 million searches per hour, 5.6 billion searches per day, or 2 trillion searches per year. That math is hard. Just know this, people use Google a lot. You really should capitalize on these searches because you know what? Your competition probably is. Okay, back to keywords and key phrases. Research them and use ones that make sense for your website. I have a great video on keywords everywhere right here. I'm going to post it in the show notes below. Now remember, there is very little technical skill required to do keyword research. Just going to cost you a bit of sweat equity. Now, the next thing we can do is have consistent website updates. Websites that haven't produced new content in quite some time are going to show up as less relevant in search results. So the message here is start a blog, and then keyword research title your blog. And then one last little tip for you, make sure your blog is always only one click away from your homepage. That makes it nice and easy for Google crawlers to find you. Updating website content requires very little technical skill, other than researching your titles, which you're going to see when you watch my video down below, not as hard as you think. And the last thing I want to talk about today is website usability. Now, this topic is quite big, so I'm going to save the in-depth version for a future video, but for today's beginner purposes, we're just going to make sure your website is easy to use and easy to navigate. Let's go. The best way I know to make sure anyone can navigate a website is called Method 13. I get my 13-year-old to go on said website and fill out my contact form asking a question that someone who should land on the website might have. That's a mouthful, but I think you get what I'm trying to do here. Now make sure your website navigation and usability is super simple. With Method 13, if she can't contact me or doesn't ask a relevant question, we kind of go back to the drawing board. I wrote a blog post and I've put it in the show notes below all about Method 13. Now that you have some beginner SEO strategies, you can start acting on them right away. Don't wait. Unless you find this SEO stuff just really overwhelming. That's perfectly normal. I've created an online SEO training course, and the second live training starts June 22nd. I've put a link in the show notes below on how to register. I also have a Go at Your Own Pace course coming out September 1st. Now, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Better yet, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified each time I post a new video about search engine optimization. Adios, everyone.